welcome to SC Global News. From the recent attack on Christians in Burkina Faso claiming more than 15 lives to Archbishop Gallagher suggesting the possibility of papal visit to Sri Lanka, we have many stories to cover. Since 2015, Burkina Faso has faced increasing terrorist threats following the takeover of the Sahel region by jihadist groups affiliated with Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State. On October 6th, terrorists carried out two mass killings in different dioceses of Burkina Faso, occurring just 2 hours apart. Terrorists conducted two mass murders in Burkina Faso dioceses within hours of each other on October 6th. In the Nouana diocese, 3 teenagers traveling from Mali to begin the new school year were stopped by terrorists, forced off their bus and tragically shot in the Dijibaso parish. Just hours later, gunmen opened fire on vehicles moving between Nouana and Dadaogo, claiming the lives of 15 people. A day earlier, in Fada and Gorma diocese, a catechist was abducted during Sunday Holy Mass, marking yet another act of violence against a faithful. A local source told the Catholic charity Aid to the Church in Need that the catechist was specifically targeted. He added that the goal was to spread fear among Christians. Days before this incident, another catechist from the same diocese was ambushed and killed while returning from their pastoral meeting in Daibo. Since 2015, Burkina Faso has faced an escalating wave of terrorist violence following the spread of jihadist groups affiliated with Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State across the Sahel region. These extremists have increasingly targeted church workers in an effort to force them from their communities. According to the Global Terrorism Index, Burkina Faso now ranks the most terrorism-affected country in the world. The Open Doors World Watch list also identifies it as the 20th most dangerous place for Christians. Today, more than half of the nation is under extremist control. The ongoing violence has claimed over 20,000 lives, displaced more than 2 million people, and forced the closure of numerous parishes throughout the country. According to sources, the fear is strongly taking hold of the civilian population. With the rising violence, the state of the nation continues to deteriorate, displacing millions and forcing church leaders to flee. One of the displaced believers told Open Doors that though they are displaced, Jesus will never be displaced from their lives. He added that this truth strengthens his faith and helps him in difficult times. A powerful car explosion near Delhi's Red Fort metro station on Monday evening killed 9 people and left at least 20 injured, prompting a major terror probe. Authorities suspect extremist involvement after invoking the Unlawful Activities Act, with initial evidence linking the blast to a doctor from Jammu Kashmir believed to be the suspected bomber. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has condemned the attack, while security forces and national agencies intensify investigations and boost vigilance across key areas of the capital.
A powerful explosion ripped through a car near the Red Fort metro station in Delhi on Monday evening, killing 13 people and injuring at least 20 others. Blast occurred around 6:52 p.m. in a Hyundai i20 at a traffic signal near the Fort's Gate, a busy area in the national capital. Security agencies have indicated the incident may be terror-related. The Delhi police invoked sections of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act after forensic evidence and intelligent inputs suggested extremist involvement. The car had been reportedly been parked for over 3 hours before the explosion, and a doctor from Jammu and Kashmir identified as Umar Mohammed is suspected of being connected to the attack, possibly as a suicide bomber. Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed condolences to the victims of the families and vowed that those responsible would be brought to justice. Senior officials have called for a swift and thorough investigation. A high-level security meeting was convened late Monday night, and security agencies, including National Investigation Agency, are expected to join the probe. The explosion, which caused panic among residents and tourists, has reignited concerns over urban security in Delhi. Police have increased patrolling in sensitive area and appeared to the public to remain calm but alert.
A car bomb detonated outside a judicial complex in Islamabad, Pakistan at 12:39 p.m. local time, resulting in deaths of 12 people and injuries to 27 others amid a crowded area of visitors attending court hearings. The explosion caused significant damage to nearby vehicles and sparked widespread chaos, with visuals capturing shocked lawyers covered in blood. Until now, no group has claimed responsibility for the attack.
A suicide car bomb exploded on Wednesday evening outside a district court complex in Islamabad G11 area, killing at least 12 people and injuring 27 others. The attacker reportedly tried to enter the court premises but detonated the explosive near a police vehicle at the gate when stopped. Powerful blasts and shock waves across the capital, damaging nearby buildings and vehicles and spreading panic among residents. Although no group has claimed responsibility, Pakistani officials suspect the involvement of Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, a militant group closely aligned with the Afghan Taliban. Authorities believe the attack may have been coordinated from across the Afghan border as TTP operatives continue to use Afghan territory as a base for operations. The group has been responsible for numerous high-profile attacks in Pakistan over the past decade, despite multiple ceasefire attempts and peace talks. This incident marks a serious escalation of violence in Islamabad, which had largely remained secure in recent months. Pakistani Defense Minister Khwaja Asif called the blast a wake-up call, declaring that the country is in a state of war. Security forces have since been placed on high alert nationwide, with counter-terror operations expanded to target militant strongholds along the Afghan frontier.
Fear has gripped Bangladesh's Christian community after a string of crude bomb attacks targeted 3 Catholic sites in Dhaka. Although no injuries were reported, police confirmed the attackers carried out the explosions deliberately to spread fear and heighten tension ahead of the February 2026 elections. Church leaders have demanded a swift investigation and tighter security amid rising political and religious tensions.
Fear has gripped Bangladesh's Christian community after a series of crude bomb attacks targeted 3 Catholic sites in Dhaka in recent weeks, police confirmed on November the 9th. The incidents, which caused no injuries, appear designed to create panic ahead of national elections set for February 2026. The first blast occurred on October the 8th at the Holy Rosary Church, the capital's oldest Catholic church, followed by explosions on November the 7th at St. Mary's Cathedral and St. Joseph's School and College. Police said the attackers arrived on a motorbike and fled after hurling the bombs. Dhaka police spokesman Mohammed Talebur Rahman stated the incidents were certainly aimed at terrifying people, though no group has claimed responsibility. Church officials reported anxiety among parishioners and announced enhanced security measures, including CCTV installations and entry checks. Father Bulbul Augustine Ribeiro, Secretary of the Episcopal Commission on Social Communication, called on authorities to swiftly investigate the attacks and ensure that those responsible face justice without delay. Bangladesh, home to about 500,000 Christians among 170 million citizens, remains tense following last year's uprising that toppled the government of Sheikh Hasina. Interim leader Muhammad Yunus has pledged to hold elections as scheduled, despite escalating unrest.
Pope Leo XIV has appointed Edward Dallang, an Augustinian priest, as the new vice-regent of the prefecture of the pontifical household. The prefecture of the papal household is one of the Vatican's oldest and most vital offices. It oversees the Pope's engagement and ensures that they proceed with precision, decorum, and in line with tradition.
Pope Leo XIV has appointed Augustinian Father Edward Dallang as the new vice-regent of the pontifical household. He has previously served as General Counsellor and Procurator General of the Order of St. Augustine. As vice-regent of the prefecture of the papal household, Father Dalling will hold the second highest position in the Vatican office that organizes audiences with the people. The prefecture of the papal household oversees the internal order of the Pope's residence, directs the papal chapel and the papal family, and coordinates the organization of audiences and official visits. It establishes protocol and prepares all necessary arrangements for non-liturgical papal ceremonies. The office also manages the spiritual retreats of the Pope, the College of Cardinals, and the Roman Curia. As a new vice-regent, Father Edward Daniel Dalling will work alongside Monsignor Leonardo Sapienza, who has been the regent of the prefecture of the papal household since 2012. Father Edward Dalling was born in 1977 in Plateau State, Nigeria. He was ordained a priest on September the 10th, 2005, and earned a doctorate in moral theology at the Alphonsian Academy in 2012.
Archbishop Paul Richard Gallagher, the Vatican Secretary for Relations with States and International Organizations, has suggested the possibility of a papal visit to Sri Lanka as the two countries celebrate 50 years of diplomatic relations this month. During his meetings with the President Anurakumara Dissanayake and other top officials, Archbishop indicated that Pope Leo XIV might consider visiting the nation in recognition of its strides toward peace and stability.
During his visit to Sri Lanka, Archbishop Paul Richard Gallagher, the Vatican Secretary for Relations with States and International Organizations, has indicated the possibility of a papal visit to the island country in the future. Archbishop Gallagher visited Sri Lanka from November 3rd to 8th to mark 50 years of diplomatic relations between the two nations. In a meeting held at the Presidential Secretariat in Colombo on November the 4th, the Archbishop told President Anurakumara Dissanayake and other key officials that the Holy Father may consider visiting Sri Lanka. Archbishop Gallagher relayed to the President that Pope Leo was impressed with Sri Lanka's progress in promoting peace and unity among religious and ethnic groups. He stated that the Vatican supported Sri Lanka's ongoing efforts to improve ethnic harmony, interfaith understanding, and economic progress. During his visit, the Vatican diplomat also visited St. Anthony's Shrine in Colombo, one of two Catholic churches targeted by suicide bombers on the Easter Sunday of 2019, which killed 269 Christians. Late Pope Francis visited Sri Lanka in January 2015 and canonized Father Joseph Vaz, known as the Apostle of Sri Lanka. 70% of people in Sri Lanka practice Buddhism. Out of the estimated 22 million people, 7% are Christians.
That's all for today. Until we meet again, God bless and thank you.